Yeehaw!
I'd just like to say that I out-qualified Wyatt for the first time in my life.
Wyatt's a very fast guy.
And almost beat James.
Oh, Sargardi just mentioned something about the heart rate stopping in the bio window or something like that. Perhaps it has to be an active window, and I just kind of
really all James and I have to do is wait for Daniel to pitch it, and then we can fight for it.
ran short of time getting that set up, but we'll see.
What you're saying, Todd, is you're the catcher?
Who said that they went both ways earlier?
Well, you're waiting for pitching, so I guess you're catching.
Oh, I said Daniel's gonna pitch it. I didn't bring my glove.
Oh, that's right, you're married. You don't have them.
But I do take my ring off the drive. I don't know what that means.
Woohoo, you're single now.
I'm married. Proud.
My milkshakes!
Alright, this will go quick, really quick. The pace car dives off.
So when you enter a room with 28 other men, you take your ring off?
I only took it off for you.
Get ready.
This is the Widowmaker. This is.
Good luck, guys.
Let's hope we can get single file before here. But look at this nice, tight field.
Come on, Francisco.
The pace car is in.
Sorry. I was moving my chair.
Green.
All yours, Chuck.
I got one to my right.
Car on your right.
I'm not going to give it up. I'm going to try to hang out here on the outside.
Still there.
Ah, just not enough there. But I'm going to hold the inside here. Keith can go through. Just roll easily, roll easy. I could have took that spot back from Keith, but first lap, let's get a few under our belt. Let's feel each other out. Oh, that sounded a little, breathe the throttle. I'm in a higher gear than I needed to be through there, but tires are still cold. They don't have all the grip they need. Come on. John Kuzlin behind me. Good, fast, clean driver. That's Keith and that's John Kelly ahead of me. Further up is Tim McLeish. All drivers are usually right around my skill level here. That's Keith off on the inside of one, and he rejoined. I was probably taking a little risk there by staying on the outside, but that's them through. Setting sights on John. And now he got all a little.
You got one on your left. Clear on the left.
He was way out of shape there. I was a little pressing through there, but a little aggressive, I will have to say. But it's John. I trust John. I think he trusts me. We'll be racing each other, no doubt. Rolling off the throttle a bit. Okay, I'll be honest. I kind of wish I could fully grip the wheel with my left hand. Looked like Tim McLeish was off track there. John Kelly got caught out something. I'm not sure if my line tripped him up or what, but he fell back quite a bit. He's lost 2 positions. So this is a short sprint race, 40 minutes. It'll be done before we know it. About 50 laps is what I estimate. If we're shooting to go over 50, where I'm in trouble with fuel, so. And we all know how things turn out when I'm in trouble with fuel. So I'm up to 15th, chasing down Tim and Brent and Lauren in front of me. I haven't seen Lauren yet at all this season. He's a pretty fast driver. He's usually a fair bit ahead of me. But I actually, for the first time, had a pretty decent start. I didn't lose a lot of time to the drivers in front of me. I didn't need to downshift there. "34 minutes left. Ran a 49.9, so lap times are dropping. Actually, a little more spaced out than I anticipated for this track, but plenty of racing to go. The pace usually comes to me. You get faster over the course of the race, so. That must have been Lauren driving through the dirt there.
Just Todd trying to kill himself.
Or maybe, I guess, Todd. Todd Carver, good driver. Woo! Got a little tail happy there. Was a little too excited on the throttle. Shit!
You got one on your left. Stay right.
Oh no!
All clear, all clear.
Oh no, it's my wife. She's calling.
You got one on your right.
I'm losing another one. Let's let John get by.
All clear, all clear.
I'm sorry, wife. I'm sorry. I normally remind her that I have sim racing on Monday nights. Her and I, unfortunately, are having to live separate at the moment due to my new job and her job commitments. Maybe, Sun Guardian, you be a pal and send Jackie a text. Sorry, my wife a text and say, he's sim racing. He's sorry he couldn't answer, but I'm watching him and he's doing wonderful. Whatever, just send her a message if you can. if you are able to. No big worry though. I'm sure she might remember after I didn't pick up. Go John Kuzlin right there in front of me. Despite the short front straight there, you do get quite a toe, it seems. Car just feels rock solid through 1 and 2 there. And then on the exit of this turn, I really seem to be able to put the power down better than anybody else. John Kuzlin going for the pass. Oh, he backed out. I was planning to follow through with him. Ah, Keith is off track. It scared me a little bit. I went diving to the right there just in case he somehow...
Car on your left.
Oh,
Clear
come
on
on.
the left.
Stick it in there.
Car
Stick it
on
in
your
there.
left.
Stay it in there. Keep it in there.
Still there.
Keep it in there. Keep it in there.
Clear on the left. They say you cut the course. You'll have to slow down and give up the
I
time
guess
gained.
I saw
They
him
say you
hit
cut the
me,
course. You'll
but
have to slow down and give up
I
the time
could be
gained.
wrong. That could just be my biased opinion. I actually, you know what, he could have actually just lost control. Him and I were racing pretty hard through there. So, I've got a dinged up front left. It seems as though iRacing has given back a little bit the damage. You get some aesthetic damage, you get some aero damage, but you never, it's a little more difficult to get race-ending suspension damage. I do know that was in the last big update, and I would have to say that that's kind of the way it feels right now. That incident has put me back to 19th. I'm not sure. Ooh, car not turning left very well. It's not the end of the world, considering that's pretty much the only left-hand turn. I just need to be aware of that. As long as it'll stay turning right the way I need it, it'll be alright. A little bummed about that incident. I'll have to go back and take a look at the end of the race and check to see if I owe Keith an apology there. My pig-headed self would like to think that I had the track, but I don't know. This is a very narrow track, so... Although he may not benefit from having 3 monitors like I do, where it's easier to see out the side. I also run the spotter. You hear my spotter, I have them on high chatter. Not everyone uses a spotter, because that's not very realistic. But I like to think, because I can't so easily turn my head, that it's a necessary handicap. I gotta run, but it's not enough to challenge into 1. I could hear Carlos trying to get on the throttle and his car just bouncing. Just whoa, whoa. So I'm going to back off a little bit here, actually. I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to try to give me some space heading down here into the final turn so I can get a better runoff. I don't know if I have.
You got one on your left. I got to pull
All
up.
clear, all clear. You got one on your left. All clear, all clear.
I don't know if I startled Carlos there or not, but I was backing out of that. I was not alongside him far enough to take the turn, so I was fully prepared to be backed out, but he might have outbraked himself there. $27 minutes remaining. Ooh. Getting a little air again. 16th place. There's been 2 retirements. Well, has there been? Yeah, 2 retirements plus 1 position. That's Lance ahead of me, then John Kelly. I believe I have pace still with my damage to challenge for Lance, but John Kelly almost 7 seconds ahead might be a little tough. We'll see. Gotta hit that apex if I want speed, damn it! Alright, leader Wyatt, 12 seconds behind me, so he's going to be coming through the field soon.
We have a slow car on the right.
That's a spun John Kelly.
Go left. Car on your right. Clear on the right.
So now it's Lance, Jason, Molina, and John Kuzlin ahead of me. 0.4, 7.6, and 9. Getting in the rhythm now, I'm feeling it. Gotta run on him, but I gotta back out. It's not enough to do anything with. Maybe I can get a run down into 1. Yep, this is it. This will be a good run here. I need to stay to the left because it's really bumpy.
Keep right there. Clear on the left.
On the inside there, but I got a good... I think Lance braked a little early to help me in there. Because, you know, if you don't go side by side this early in the race, he's saving himself time. Trying to keep that gap to him to John Kelly behind him. This is a Francisco. He's a lap down. He's damaged.
Car on your left. Car on your left. All clear, all clear.
Sorry. Sorry, Francisco. I didn't expect you to slow.
I need repair.
Got one on your right.
Oh, that is John Kelly from way back. He might have passed Lance and I into 1 there.
I'll let you line up.
Much better exit than him.
You're right. Clear on
See,
the
now
right.
that was, he was full throttle. The car caught ugly. He probably had launched slightly off the track. It's why you breathe the throttle. You got to breathe it just the right amount, or you got to hit that hill just right.
Alright, man, that car is a lap.
I'm a little lucky that I wasn't alongside him.
We have a slow car on the right.
Fucking A. Pardon my French. See, I was probably, I think I was about 50% throttle, but the car had still too much lift. I've got to be careful, especially as my fuel load goes down. I'll go faster up that hill. 20 minutes left, halfway.
Thank you, General. Go ahead, go on my right. Thanks, man.
Oop, oop. I almost messed that up there. So Jason is 10 seconds ahead of me. There, that was like just the right amount of lift. But it's 2.2 seconds back to Lance. Ooh, that car, wow, that was weird. It slowed down a lot better than I expected, or maybe I braked a little earlier than my normal braking point. Lift again, that's good. 9 seconds to Jason. I'm taking time away from him. He also seems like he's in a bit of a race with John Kuzlin. Looks like he's about a second and a half behind John, so he's really helps when you're chasing somebody to try to help keep pace. When they're close and you can see him, you know, like you can see
Thank you, Mr. Hart.
how your improvements eat away at their time visually rather than just looking at the time.
Left up here. Right.
So the leaders are coming through. I got Wyatt 2 seconds behind. Okay, he's not close enough to give it to him down the front straight here. But I'm sure he will be caught up. Yeah, there's the blue flag. He's a second and a half behind. Oh, don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Oh my God. Oh no. James Cullen is disconnected. And I got distracted. I'm gonna tap the brakes here to kind of help Wyatt get by.
All clear, all clear.
Now left-hander still feels really awkward with that damage.
Por tu derecha, Fran. You're right.
Hey, Jason, 10, almost 11 seconds ahead. "15 minutes left. I got a lot of work to do. He's still right on tail of John up there, though. I can hope that they fight back and forth a couple times. They go side by side through even a turn. Is going to give me a huge advantage to help catch up to them. And they pick a bad turn to go side by side in. Oh my God. I almost died there. I'll gain even more time. Jeez, it was like Wyatt braked at the 1. Unbelievable. So my last lap was a 49.5. It's about what I qualified with. So I'm down into my qualifying pace, which is great. As I said, the pace usually comes to me. Talking a little much now, I'm losing some concentration. Whatever, excuses, right? Just drive the car, Voight, just drive the car. Man, oh, there's Jason. He's off track inside the turn there. I'm tapping the brakes to try to get Todd by.
One on your right. Clear
Me
on the
too.
right. You got one on your right. Clear on the
And
right.
Mike,
Thank you.
he got on the mic and asked. I shall provide. Lance 7.5 behind. That might be due to the traffic having to give time up to the leaders. He usually does a really good job about that. Tripp's coming up behind me. He's still a 1.5 behind. He's not really in this race ahead of me, so I'm going to wait till he's closer to kind of give up the track time here. Plus, I don't feel like me giving up my time right now is going to help him much. I'm not
Thank you, Carlos.
inhibiting him. I'm getting to those guys. In fact, I could, by letting him draft me
Fran, guarda ese carro,
down the straight, it probably will help him.
Pues sácalo.
Now he's 0.6 behind. So now,
No, en return, dice 5
tapping the brake a lot here,
You got
trying to
one
help
on
him
your
by.
right. Clear on the right.
That's about what I want. I want him to be able to get back over to the left. Oh, okay, let's beat that for a second. Get back over to the left so that he can get a good, clean line into 1, and that's what I was able to do for him. So Lance and John, 9, 10 behind. They're in a race with each other. unfortunately for all of us, it seems like I'm just in a race for my own sake here. 11 minutes to go. I have the pace to be further up the field. I just didn't have the events in the race that allowed me to stay up there. Like I said, I'm gonna have to go back and see if I owe Keith an apology. Not sure how much more track I had available to my right. He may not even known that I was still there. Woo! Getting airborne there. So next few biometric things that I hope to have set up in the future would be I'd like to keep track of the number of shifts that I do in a race, so just a running tally of the number of shifts. Ugh. I can actually feel myself hot. I'm gonna guess. I'm wondering if I'm over 40 centigrade, or 40 degrees Celsius. Hot. I feel hot. I feel very hot right now. The room's probably warming up, which is what my cockpit temp is. PC's spitting out lots and lots of heat. Takes quite a lot to run these 3 monitors. Yeah, I'm missing some apexes, huh? Oh yeah, let's just roll right over the curb of that one. Warren Bateman pitting from 9th. I wonder if he ran out of fuel, or he was afraid he's not going to have enough fuel. John Kuzlin's 13.5 ahead. That is much too big of a gap right now for me to make up. So the plan is to just maintain my gap ahead of John and Lance, ensuring that these leaders get by cleanly. I got Russell coming up. He's still a 2.5 behind. The blue flag keeps blinking because sometimes he's a 2.5, sometimes he's a 1.6. But I got to keep the pace up because you never know. John up there, he could have an off, he could have a spin, something. And the only way for me maybe to get a position or to have a battle with him is to keep up my pace. If I start lagging back, that'll give him more time to recoup, and I might miss out on a position. So Russell is 2nd behind. Still, not close enough for me to give up my time down the straight here and into 1. Last lap of 49.7. Oddly enough, car's feeling better through that left-hander, or that I've just gotten used to it. Ah!
Got one on your right. Clear on the right.
He was looking a little dodgy in my mirror. It looked like he was ready to make that pass. It looked like he was, suddenly it wasn't going to, so I just kind of kept on the brake. Stayed a little heavy on the brake just to kind of make sure.
Stopped on the right. Go left.
That was Francisco again. Okay, he left. I wonder if he might not know that we don't have damage repair, or wait, we do. Can't remember. We don't have like full repair or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is. But I once sat in the pits for 12 minutes to repair some damage in one of our 2-hour enduros. And by doing that, I actually made up a handful of positions because of other cars going out. Because I had an incident pretty early in the race, and I didn't want to give up a 2-hour race just to do some damage. See, we'll check the time remaining here. About 5.5.
You got a slow car on the right.
There's a leader spun. So, you notice, he said it. Oh, did he say? I can't remember now. I could have sworn that he had said we have a slow car on the left. But then, just as I crested the hill, he said that the car was on the right. So Russell just got a position there from Tripp. I would have loved a top 10 finish, but it's not over yet. Woo! Catching air. So I don't know if you just noticed, but my fuel said estimated laps 6.8. I have 4 minutes left, so we'll just call it. I have 5 laps to roll. So I did call the fuel. Sorry, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I did call the fuel just about right. Wow, I was sliding there. That was a little scary. John Kelly almost back 20 seconds now. I haven't felt like the tires have been all that bad. Because I still get great off corner acceleration. But I do need to be careful up that hill though. Just try to help Tripp by.
All clear, all clear.
I like to tap the brakes so they see the flashing red. Kind of draws their attention to it, and then I'm not standing on the brakes, so I'm not, overly deaccelerating in a dangerous way that I could potentially get ran over. So you have to be pretty careful when we're doing our mixed class racing, because something like the HPD, it's the prototype, it has fairly slow acceleration. Like, doesn't like the low end acceleration is pretty low, but its high speed closing is just unbelievable. Oh, Lance 20 seconds. So Lance and John swapped positions. It looks like Lance made a pass. So that's why I kind of tend to try to blink the lights, just to let them know that I see them, and my intention is for them to pass me, make a pass, and then I'm going to do my best to try to make it easy for them, because it'll actually make it easier for me in the long run. I don't have to go side by side past them. I can get my own line. Where we at now? Minute. So next time by, I think will be the white flag. Ooh, fastest lap, 49.3. Okay, I'm getting a little too friendly with the curbs. I need to be careful. I'll bounce myself right off the track, right into the hands of Lance.
We have about 2 laps of fuel left.
I really hope this is the white flag because that'll suck if I suddenly shorted myself of fuel. Okay, thank God. Alright, I'll be good. I'll be fine. I can go full throttle. I'll make it all the way around.
We've got a slow car on the left.
It's Marty staying off track. Either he had it off, I didn't really actually notice, or that's how he chose to stay out of the way. There we go. Decent race. Decent race. Yeah, I kind of like my victory lap. I like to take it easy around the track.
Thanks, man.
Oh shit, I wonder if, fuck, I think I had it muted the whole time. Well, not the whole time, but since that guy was talking.
Great racing, Todd.
Sorry, I always forget to turn it back on. So
Yeah,
my
that was fun.
last lap of a 50.2, definitely took it easier.
Good win, Wyatt. Hey, thanks. Good race. That was fun. That was tough.
We'll just
Yeah,
roll
good
on
win,
into the
Wyatt.
pits.
And I couldn't see anything after so many people dropping wheels.
My windshield looks like I just drove for 500 miles at night in the summertime.
Yeah, mine's pretty dirty too, but maybe not as
Good
dirty
run,
as theirs.
Tim. Wish we could have got a little closer.
Oh. Need a drink.
Yeah, I was trying to hang on to you, but you're a little quicker than I am. I didn't want to crash at the end.
Alright, so I